What it do? What it do? WWE crew. How y'all doing? Young, what up, bro? Man. What a premium live event. What a Royal Rumble. Wow. I hope you guys all enjoyed the Royal Rumble. Here we are, the Murphy family, WWE yesterday, WWE today. We thought we'll come on and give you a little Royal Rumble wrap up. Oh boy, I'm full. I'm full. That was an amazing show. Amazing. Let's dive right into it, man. Here we go. So the night kicked off with an absolute bang, man. The man's Royal Rumble match actually kicked off the show. I think that's the first time I've ever seen that. Normally it's the main event, right? Normally you have the women, since the women been here, 2016, they normally kick off the show, but I understand why the main kicked off. I understand why it wasn't the main event. We'll get to that in a second because the actual main event was quite spectacular. But we'll get to that in a second, as I just said. But man, what a show, guys! What a show. So so I'm full, man. It was just a great show. But so Cody Rhodes wins the Men's Royal Rumble. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't see it coming. I did not. Yeah, bro, it was crazy, young. I didn't see Cody winning it. For the simple fact that they announced his return. Now, had they kept it a secret, kept it a surprise, then I would say, yeah. When Cody went down months ago at Hell in a Cell, I was like, yeah, he's going to return. He's going to win the Royal Rumble. But when they start, showing his video packages and, kind of highlighting his return, I was like, no, he's not going to win. And even in the match, I still didn't think he was going to win. He came out at number 30. I mean, I still didn't think that he was going to win the match. I honestly thought, because there was a spot in there. I think like at spot number 17, Rey Mysterio was supposed to come out, and he didn't come out for whatever reason. So I figured, I even tweeted about it. I figured that that spot, since Ray didn't come out, I thought that Sami Zayn would take that spot. Sami Zayn was my pick to win it. I thought Sami Zayn would come out and take that spot, and I kind of figured that the Bloodline took out Rey Mysterio, so Sam could come out and he could kind of win the whole thing, and kind of go. The plan would be to lay down for Roman Reigns, right? To make things easier for Roman Reigns. But of course, I had Sammy turning on Roman. I'm at the Royal Rumble winning, but scrap those plans. Um, but anyway, Cody Rhodes came out at 30, and it was great. I loved him coming out at 30 because we all knew that he was coming out, and you just kind of built up to that moment. And before we got to that moment, the rest of the match, the Man's Royal Rumble match, was amazing, man. You had Gunther come out right at one, and Gunther went coast to coast almost. He went all the way down. He was the final two in there with Cody. So Gunther, standing ovation to Gunther, man. Standing ovation. He was absolutely great. And that tells you Triple H is high on Gunther. WWE creative, they're very high on Gunther, to give him that rub to go so long in the match. Um, and I'm excited about it. I'm a fan of Gunther, so I like it. I like that a lot. But yeah, it's all about Cody tonight, man. It was a lot of other things in there. Sheamus came out at number 2. Happy birthday to Sheamus. It was his birthday. He was just having fun out there. Him and Drew McIntyre. They were just out there having a great time, man, and it was cool, man. So shout out to Sheamus. He went pretty far in the match as well. But again, it's all about Cody, man. The American Nightmare. He returns. We haven't seen him since Hell in a Cell. We all know the story, that torn pec, and he came out and he got the job done, man. He got it done. Did something that no one in his family has been able to do. His legendary father, the late great Dusty Rhodes, he never did it. He never won a Royal Rumble match. Cody did it. Cody, this is what he came back for. and he got it done. So now here we are, the road to WrestleMania. The road to WrestleMania. The roads, RHODES, to WrestleMania. You know, it all goes through Cody Rhodes. So that's going to be pretty fun. I still don't know what it's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be for both titles. I don't know if it's going to be for the WWE title. We got a long ways. I'm not even going to try to guess. We got a long ways before we get there. So I'm just going to sit back and enjoy the ride, and see what happens. But Cody Rhodes will definitely be in the main event at WrestleMania. If I had to say how it goes, I don't know, because with Sammy, I was about to say, if I had to say how it goes, I still think that we get The Rock versus Roman. I would say night one for the Universal title. And then night two, you get Cody versus Roman for the WWE title. That'll be Cody's crowning moment. But now with the whole Sami Zayn turn, and the bloodline implosion, which we'll get to in a second, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how it's going to go. But it's gonna be one heck of a ride. So buckle up, guys. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be very very fun to watch. Very very fun to enjoy. So yeah, kick things off with a bang. That was a long match, man. That was a long match. It literally took the first 90 minutes of the show, the first hour and a half. So very very long spot. Of course, Seth was in there. You know, all your favorites. Bobby and Brock was in there, and obviously, you know, Brock came out first, and then Bobby came out. And Bobby eliminated Brock. So obviously, you know, their feuds are going to continue. I see it going all the way up until Mania, WrestleMania 39, and you get those two in round three, right? That's what I think is going to happen. I hope they don't waste it at the Chamber. You know, I want to see it at WrestleMania. What else you got? Oh, Logan Paul returned, and Logan Paul eliminated Seth freaking Rollins. So it looks like ding ding ding. It looks like that's going to be a WrestleMania match right there. The program with Seth and Logan Paul. I definitely I'm excited about that. You know, sign me up for that. Seth and Logan Paul. I definitely think that's going to happen. You know, with Logan Paul eliminating Seth, and that's gonna that's gonna catapult Logan even further. You know, obviously we know his showing at Crown Jewel in Saudi Arabia last year, but now if he gets the rub, you know, to go against Seth Rollins, one of the best workers in the company, that's gonna be a great match, man. Great match. So I believe that you know him eliminating Logan eliminating Seth. I believe that sets that up for WrestleMania. What else you had in there, man? What else? What else? It was just great stuff, man, all the way through. And I still don't get it because only 29 guys were in the match. You know, Rey Mysterio's place was never, it was never accounted for, right? His spot was never accounted for. He came out at number 17. Now, Dominic came out at 18 right after him, but Ray came out, you know, his music played and he never came out, and no one really. So I don't know. I think that's something to keep an eye out on, right? And also, at the end of the match, I kept saying I just knew Sammy was going to come out. I said it on Twitter, you know, as Cody was celebrating. I said he's going to get up there to the top turnbuckle and point to the WrestleMania sign, and then Sammy's going to sneak out and toss him over and say, "Oh well, you know, I'm the 30th guy. 30 guys didn't come out." So there's something to keep an eye out on. You know, let's see if they go with that. Now there was a spot after the match where it was very intentional. The cameras panned right up to him, and Cody jumped over the top ropes onto the floor. So it was very, very intentional. I don't know if you guys seen that spot, but he literally jumped over the ropes and onto the floor, onto the mat, and the camera was right in his face. So it was a spot so we could all see it. So I don't know if that's going to come back and play something. You know how that'll play out. We'll see. But that's something to keep an eye out on. You know, because only 29 guys entered into the Rumble. You know, 30 didn't. So let's see if they go somewhere with it. But nevertheless, Cody Rhodes is your winner. Um, you know, classic storybook. You know, he came out at number 30, returned, and he won, right? And it was crazy because I think you had Gunther. They were the last two. Gunther at number one and Cody at number 30. I think they said that's the first time in the history of the Royal Rumble that that's ever happened. You know, number one and number 30 never were the last two in the match. So big stuff right there, right? No Rock, of course. The Rock did not enter in. The Rock did not win the Rumble. And if it wasn't gonna be The Rock, then Cody was definitely the other guy, if not Sammy. Those are my three. I had Sammy at one, I had Cody at two, and then I had The Rock at three. It was a long shot for The Rock. I didn't expect him to be in the match. But if he was going to be in the match, then he was my favorite to win it. But nevertheless, congratulations, Cody Rhodes. All the Cody Rhodes fans out there, congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. Now let's keep it rolling. You got the Mountain Dew pitch black match. You got Bray Wyatt versus LA Knight. And wow, 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 yowie, wowie. This was some fun stuff, man. It looked amazing. It looked amazing. I don't know how it looked on TV, but live in person, it looked absolutely amazing. Um, the lights were out. They had all the neon lighting, the strobe, all the stuff, man. It was like Naomi Feel the Glow on steroids. Bray Wyatt had all this the face paint on, had stuff on his arms that illuminated in the dark, and it looked great, man. Even LA Knight, he looked great. He had on his high yellow shorts, high yellow tights and boots and all that, and it reflected great. Again, I don't know how it portrayed on TV. Well, I saw the instant replay of it, but in person it looked great. So I know if it looked great in person, I know it looked even better on TV. I watched the replay here before I go to sleep at the hotel, but yeah, great stuff, man. Great stuff. Great stuff. It was a good match. It was a quick match. Let me take that back. It was a quick match. Great build up. Absolutely great build up to the match. LA Knight knocked it out of the ballpark. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't really know who LA Knight was. I didn't follow him down there on NXT and all that. Of course, when he came up with the maximum male models, that was horrible to me. So I didn't really watch him there. But I'm a fan of LA Knight, man. He's great on the mic. Again, I this is my first time watching him, so I haven't really got to see him in the ring because this was a very quick match. It was like a 4 minute squash match, really. Um, but it served its purpose. It got the job done. And again, I believe the match was so short because you had a 90-minute opening segment. The Man's Royal Rumble match literally was 90 minutes. So I think this match maybe got cut a little bit, but it did what it needed to do. The whole purpose was for Bray to go over and for Bray to look strong and to carry further advance the character of Bray Wyatt. And I believe this match did that, especially with the new mask. After the match, Bray Wyatt did have a new mask on. It was kind of similar to a Fiend mask, but it was different than the Fiend mask. So I don't know if that was Uncle Harper or I don't know, but he looked great, especially in the lighting. He put the mask on after the match. He hit his sister Abigail, right? He hit his sister Abigail on LA Knight, and then pinned him 1, 2, 3. Put the mask on, and then chased LA Knight. LA Knight saw that mask and he said, "Man, I'm getting the hell out of here." Right? And Bray chased him in the crowd. They went up to one of the side stages, and Uncle Howdy was up there. He was on top, way up top. And Uncle Howdy went flying. Absolutely crazy. It was a crazy spot. He went flying with a flying elbow, like from like 30 feet in the air, 25, 30 feet in the air, flying elbow. The fireworks went off. Bray standing there watching, and it was pretty cool, man. It was pretty cool, pretty cool. Bray looked amazing. The man is yoked, man. He got them guns. He's been in the gym. I mean, he even looked good between the ropes. We know that's not Bray's strong suit, but it was decent. It was a short match, straight to the point, and I think that's what you're going to get with Bray Wyatt. I don't think you're going to get no long, 40 minute 5-star classics, right? You're not going to get that. That's not who he is. He's a storyteller. He's a showman, right? Um, and he's he's that dude, man, and I believe he delivered tonight. I enjoyed it. So Bray Wyatt defeats LA Knight. And it looks like we may get a new character out of it. So yeah, very, very excited to see where this goes next. Now, Bray and Uncle Howdy look to be, in cahoots, right? At the end of the match. So I don't know. I don't know what they do with Bray on the road to WrestleMania. I don't know what's next for Bray, but I definitely believe this is done with LA Knight. I'd like to see what they do with LA Knight as well because he was great in the build up, but he did lose kind of fast. It was a bit of a squash match. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. What we had next? After that, we had the what was it? It was the championship, the Raw Women's Title match, right? Alexa Bliss, Bianca Belair. Surprisingly, no Uncle Howdy in this one. No Uncle Howdy until the very end, but it was just a straight up singles match, right? None of the extras, nothing crazy. It was a great match. Alexa fought hard, and she lost as she should have, right? If it's just straight up Bianca versus Alexa, Alexa doesn't stand a chance. So I enjoyed the match. Again, you had the Men's Royal Rumble 90 minutes, then you had the Bray match. So, um, a little break was due there, right? The little bit of fatigue started to kick in after those two amazing matches. But this match delivered. It was good. Um, Alexa almost had her, but the EST. Alexa tried to go for Sister Abigail, the EXT. Um, she countered it with and ended up with a KOD. Got the 1, 2, 3. She wins. She gets out the ring, and then we get the vignette from Uncle Howdy. Uncle Howdy's up on the screen, a video package, and he's saying, tells her, "You think you're in control?" Of course, they showed the old Twisted Bliss and all that stuff, right? And it's not done yet. Uncle Howdy is still haunting Alexa Bliss. So it'll be very, very fun, very, very exciting to see where that goes, right? Um, but yeah, uh, the EST is victorious, all right. Now let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it now. We go to the women's Royal Rumble match. Um, a great match. Rhea Ripley comes out at number one, and let's keep it short and sweet. Rhea Ripley goes coast to coast from number one, and she's the last woman standing. She punches her ticket to WrestleMania. Rhea Ripley is victorious. She is your 2023 Women's Royal Rumble winner. Fun match, right? Fun match, very fun match. Again, she came out at number one. Liv Morgan came out at number two. We know that the history they have with the tag team titles, chasing for the tag team titles last year at WrestleMania, and then Rhea turns on her, right? Um, you had some stuff in there. You had a lot of NXT ladies in there. Chelsea Green, she returned, right? You had Roxanne Perez, the NXT Women's Champion. She was in the match. Interesting too, as I'm saying that all the women that was in the women's Royal Rumble match, there were no NXT man in the men's Royal Rumble match. That's surprising. Normally they use that opportunity to bring guys up, especially with Triple H and HBK in charge. You would think that there would be some men in there, but no men were there. Um, and I don't think none were needed. I don't think when let me backtrack really fast. Edge returned. That was a cool spot. He returned and eliminated Finn Balor. It was a point where all the Judgment Day was in the ring. Balor, Priest, and of course the felon, the ex-con Dominic. All three was in there, and Edge came out. Speared all three. Eliminates Priest. Eliminates Balor. And then he's in the process of eliminating ex-con Dom. Balor and Priest, who just been eliminated, they jump on the apron and they all eliminate Edge. So that was a wild spot. Oh, and then Rhea, that was the first sighting of Rhea. Sorry, let me backtrack. That was the first sighting of Rhea. As Edge chased uh, Balor and he chased Balor up the ramp, down up to the ramp, back to the locker room, and Damian Priest as well, beating him up. And Rhea comes out, right? Rhea comes out, attacks Edge, knocks him down, and then the Glamazon, the Hall of Famer, the wife of Edge, Beth Phoenix, she comes out, saves her man, and spears Rhea Ripley. So, mind you, again, Rhea Ripley came in at number one in the Women's Royal Rumble match, coast to coast, ran the gauntlet, but she took a heavy spear in the men's Royal Rumble match in that spot. So yeah, that was amazing. Edge came back, but now let's get back over to the women's. Sorry, I'm all over the place. Let's get back to the women's Royal Rumble match. Who else you had in there? Again, Chelsea Green, she returned. Um, I think she got eliminated right away, very, very fast. A record. I think the biggest return, literally the biggest return in the women's match was Nia Jax. Literally, she returned at number 30, and I saw on Twitter a lot of people weren't happy about that. We know she had her issues in the past, and it looks like it wasn't a one-off because I looked on WWE Shop and she has some new merch. Nia Jax has new merch on WWE Shop, so it looks like she's here to stay. It was not a one-off. Again, Nia Jax has new merch, so it's not a one-off. It looks like she's going to be around. So let's hope that she's been in the PC, the Performance Center, and been putting in some work. Because we know how unsafe she was in the ring um, before her departure. So let's hope she got better, a little better between the ropes, and she can protect those women, keep those women protected, right? Um, but yeah, I mean, all in all, oh, Asuka returned with her new gimmick. She was in the final three. She returned. That was pretty sweet. Yeah, her this new gimmick, her older gimmick, right? I'm excited about that. So that'll be. She looked amazing too. So that'll be fun. She was in the final three. Cool spot. All three of the women. Her, Liv Morgan, and Asuka. They're all on the apron. Asuka sprays the blue mist. Um, she tries to hit Rhea with the blue mist, but Rhea ducks, and it sprays in the face of Alexa. Alexa is blinded, right? Rhea eliminates Asuka, and then Liv is she can't see, but she ends up knocking Rhea off, right? But Rhea grabs the ropes, her feet are dangling, neither feet touch the floor, and then it was amazing, and then she uh, uh, ends up eliminating Liv, to get the victory. So shout out to Rhea Ripley, and it's going to be pretty interesting to see which direction she takes, because of course you got the EST there, right? And that's a rivalry, a feud, a program, a match that we all want to see. We know they came up together in NXT a bit. So will she go that route? And it's something fresh, something new. That's a WrestleMania main event match that we haven't seen before, right? A women's championship match that we haven't seen. So that'll be absolutely great. Um, yeah, I love to see that. But then on the other hand, you got Charlotte. Now, we've seen these two women before. Um, Remember, Charlotte beat Rhea a couple years back. I forget which WrestleMania it was, but she beat Rhea. You remember she went down there, and took her. She challenged for the NXT title, right? She beat her twice, right? She challenged her for the NXT title, and then she beat her again for the Raw Championship, if I'm not mistaken. I got to double check on that. But the key in going against Charlotte, one, she could avenge those losses, but two, she can become the Grand Slam champion, a Grand Slam champion. And that is major there, man. That is major, to become a Grand Slam champion. So will she go after that history, or will she go with something new against the EST? So she has a decision to make. So that's going to be very, very interesting. Either way, whatever way they go, whichever way they go, I think it's going to be a fun match. So yeah, Rhea Ripley is heading to WrestleMania, guys. And now let's fast forward to the final match. You got the undisputed WWE Universal title up for grabs. We all know the story. I don't need to catch you up. I don't need to fill you in. You got KO. You got Roman Reigns. You got Sami Zayn at his, by his side. He told him, "Don't do anything in the match. Stand by my side. Don't leave by my side." And Sammy was there by his side. It was pretty funny because before the match even started, Everybody chanting Sammy Uso, Sammy Uso, Sammy Uso, right? I mean, Roman was annoyed by that. And the match was a banger, man. You already know the match is going to be a banger. It was an absolute banger. You got KO, you got Roman Reigns. You know, Roman Reigns always delivers. KO always delivers. You know, everything is he does. You can feel the passion, the energy. So it was amazing, especially after a long card, right? A very long card. And you know they delivered, man. They absolutely delivered. There was this point, yeah, there was a spot where the referee was out cold, and Roman told Sammy to get a chair, and Sammy was hesitating. You know, he said, "You told me not to do nothing." Man, the storytelling between these two, absolutely gold. Give both of them Oscars. These are Oscar-worthy performances with the two of them. But he tells him, and Roman says, "I don't care what I told you. Get me a chair right now." And you know, he throws the chair in hesitantly, right? You can see the emotions rolling through Sammy. You know, he's there for Roman, he's there for the bloodline, but he's torn between, his best friend KO. You can't shake that, right? You just can't shake it. And but anyway, he throws in the chair. Roman turns around. Sammy hits him with a stunner, and I thought it was over right there. One, two, three. No, he kicks out. Absolutely crazy. And then outside of the ring, KO and Sammy are outside of the ring, and Sammy's telling him, "Man, just give up. Just throw in the towel. Just stop." And you could see that he's really trying to care for his friend. And Roman sees it, comes running all the way from the other side of the ring, a spear, a monster spear through the outside barricade, absolutely monstrous spear, and that pretty much took everything out of KO. Fast forward, they get in the ring, hits another spear. It's over. One, two, three. Roman is victorious. And now it's time to celebrate. Here come the Usos. Here comes Solo. Interesting, they were not there. It was just Roman and Sammy. But here comes out everybody. The bloodlines in the ring. It's time to celebrate. Sammy passed the test. They're about to, crown him with his lay, his Samoan lay. And Roman says, "No, no, no, not yet, not yet, not yet." And they proceed to beat down, absolutely beat the you know what out of KO. It was the absolute beatdown, right? Um, and they're forcing Sammy to watch. He's standing there watching, um, and he's feeling with every hit. I mean, they beat the dog mess out of him. Then you got a Samoan spike. You got a 1D. Then they handcuffed both of his hands to the ropes. And then just super kick after super kick after super kick. I mean, it must have been about 10 super kicks to KO. And the man, he can't even stand up. He's just handcuffed to the ropes, double super kicks, all kind of stuff, right? And then Roman has a chair, and Roman is about to smash KO with the chair. And Sammy steps in, Sammy intervenes, and he says, "No, Roman, no, you're the tribal chief. You don't have to do this. This is beneath you. You're the tribal chief. Stop. Enough. You already beat him. Enough, enough, enough." And Roman says, "You're right. I don't have to do this." And then he tries to hand the chair to Sammy, and he's trying to get Sammy to do it. Sammy has a chair in his hand. Roman is telling him to smash him. Sammy starts crying. He's crying like, "No, I can't do it. Um, I can't do it. I can't do it." And Roman's telling him, "What you mean you can't do it? We're your family. We're the bloodline. You're a part of the bloodline now. We're your family. Smash him, smash him, smash him." Roman turns his back, and Sammy smashes Roman with the chair. Wow, wow, wow. Sammy puts one across the back. It reminded me of when Seth turned on the Shield. That's how well Roman took that chair shot. You go back when Seth turned on the Shield, it was that chair shot heard around the world. It was the same thing tonight. Sammy smashes Roman with the chair. Roman falls down, and everybody's just in shock. 51,000 strong in the Alamo Dome. We're all in shock. And of course, you got the Usos standing there. They're in shock. Paul Heyman is in shock. Solo is in shock. Everybody's in shock. And then Jimmy Uso, super kick, you know, to it was a long pause, and they're just all staring, and Sam is apologizing to the Usos, and Jimmy Uso does what he have to do. He had to do it. A super kick to Sammy. Then the beatdown ensues. Solo comes in, says it's my turn. Samoan Spike gets him. Now Jay, the camera pans over to Jay. Everybody's beating up on Sammy except Jay. Jay's standing there in the corner, just lost, right? And they all look at him like, "What are you doing, bro? Come on, come get this. Come get this cat. What you doing?" And Jay rolls out of the ring and walks away. So now, not only did Sammy turn on the bloodline, right? But Jay Uso walks out on the bloodline. He walks out on his own family. He does not partake in the beatdown of Sammy. He rolls out of the ring, walks out. They're like, "What? Are you serious, bro? What?" And just absolutely crazy. So then Roman pursues uh, and beats Sammy down some more. But the storytelling in this one was absolutely crazy. Um, it was wild, man. The storytelling was wild in this one. I mean, this is some Oscar worthy stuff. Any and everyone who's been complaining about Roman, complaining about the bloodline, I'm sorry. There's no other story in wrestling that's been as good as this, right? You go back to what a couple weeks ago, the tribal court when Sammy was on trial. That was amazing, right? And then now you come here to this. It was great, man. Absolutely great, absolutely great, absolutely great. So yeah. Shout out to Roman. Shout out to Sammy. We'll break this down a lot more, but shout out to those two guys because what they delivered tonight with the storytelling, it was great, man. But it looks like the bloodline is starting to implode. Now I don't know what happens next. I really don't know. We're gonna have to tune in on Monday. We're gonna have to tune in on SmackDown. But yeah, yeah. Great show. Um, Man, the way it ended, man, it was just amazing. It was just amazing, man. It was just amazing. But great show. Cody Rhodes is headed to WrestleMania. Rhea Ripley is headed to WrestleMania. Bray Wyatt is victorious over LA Knight. And still, your Raw Women's Champion, the EST Bianca Belair, she retains her title. And of course, and still, undisputed WWE Universal Champion, the Tribal Chief, the head of the table. He's been Universal Champion for I think 881 days now. So that 1,000 days, is quickly approaching. Um, and yeah, Sammy is out of the bloodline. Jay Uso, he turns his back on the bloodline. So we'll see what happens. Great stuff, man. Great stuff. Great stuff. If you're watching the replay, sound off in the comment section. I want to hear your thoughts about the 2023 Royal Rumble. It was great, man. If I had to put a rating on it, I'm giving it a solid, solid 8.5 out of 10. That's what I'm giving it, man. I think the man's Royal Rumble match was great. Um, the Bray Wyatt match, it was short, but it delivered, did what it was supposed to do. The Raw Women's Championship match, EST retains. The women's Royal Rumble match, I found it to be good, but could have been a little better. I wish a few other people were in there, but it is what it is. It was great, and then the ending, the main event. It was amazing, man. It was a WrestleMania worthy ending tonight, in that main event match with the storytelling there. So I'm excited to see what happens. And yeah, a solid 8.5 out of 10 for me. I want to hear your thoughts. Sound off in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts on the Royal Rumble. And yeah, this has been the Murphy family, WWE, WWE yesterday, WWE today, WWE WWE forever. Like this video, comment on this video. Don't forget to subscribe. Join us on all our show socials, right? All of our socials at TikTok, Instagram, uh, Twitter, Gmail. Join us on our socials at WWE Over Everything. That's where you can find us on the socials. And yeah, we post a lot over there, especially on TikTok and on Twitter. You know, those are the two most active ones. So follow us, follow us, follow us. And yeah, we are officially on the road to WrestleMania. It's buckle up because it's gonna be a bumpy ride, guys. It's gonna be a bumpy ride. You guys be blessed, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Once again, WWE yesterday, WWE today, WWE forever. Woo! What a night! The road to WrestleMania.